is Sam Cobb. I am the only black date farmer in the United States of America. My wife and I started this orchard back in 2002. The thing that speaks to me so strongly about agriculture, I guess freshly tilled earth is beautiful, and then after a while you just begin to commune with nature. And I have a theory that pretty doggone good, I think, as to why there's so few black farmers in the United States. Part of the Great Migration from about 1910 up to like 1970, they were leaving the South in droves. They were leaving agriculture, their agricultural roots, and they were not necessarily going somewhere else to farm. They were going somewhere else to do other things, to get away from the farm. I can even remember in my own family being drawn to agriculture. All the people around me saying, "Sam, you're crazy. We just left the field. Why are you trying to get back into the field?" I paid no attention to them because I loved what I loved. My name is Sam Cobb, and I am a farmer. Right out of college in the mid-'80s, they did a documentary on black farmers in the San Joaquin Valley. And there was the old timers and all of my mentors. And at the end of all of that, they did a little blurb on me, Sam Cobb. I remember, I can remember now, 22-year-old Sam Cobb, and they interviewed me, and I told them I'm going to make it.
22-year-old Sam Cobb decided to go all out for farming. With a degree in agriculture from Fresno State University and a determination to succeed, Cobb is growing vegetables on a rented parcel on Annandale Avenue.
All the time when I was coming up, I had close contact with farmers. A friend of mine, Glenn Oliver, he encouraged me to look out among the area and see if you find any open land anywhere.
I started out, I've been a student of agriculture the entirety of my life. When I was a young child, I got interested in agriculture. In high school, I was a member of the Future Farmers of America. I excelled in the Future Farmers of America, so much so the Bank of America paid my way through college. So I went away and got 2 degrees in agriculture. Tried farming right out of college. That didn't work very well. Within 5 years, we were bankrupt. So after losing everything, I decided to go get a regular job. So I went to work for the United States Department of Agriculture and worked with them for 30 years. And while working for them, eventually I wound up helping farmers who grow dates. So we helped them out, and they kept coming back in and shaking my hand and thanking me for helping them to get their date orchards established. This continued to go on over and over. And then finally I said to myself, I should take my own advice. So my wife and I, we sold our house in the city, about 5 acres in the country, an old fixer-up Green Acres type house, and started growing dates. And that was 20 years ago. And that 5 acres has now grown to 115 acres. Out near Blythe, California, in this little community called Mesa Verde, which is pretty much like 10 miles outside of Blythe. But really the address is Blythe, but the community is an unincorporated community of Mesa Verde. So this is our Mesa Verde Ranch. The date palms were introduced to the United States in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Plant explorers that the USDA sent out, Walter T. Swingle and David Fairchild, and they went all over the world looking for plants. One of them, I think it was Swingle, came back with dates and introduced them into Southern California. Dates are from the Middle East. Where we're sitting at today in Blythe, California, we're on the same latitude on the planet as Basra, Iraq. If you were to go over there, you would think you're in the same location. We're the same distance north of the equator. Well, It's date harvest season here at Sam Cobb Farms. Dates are a true fall harvest crop, just like pumpkins. Dates bloom in the spring, and it literally takes 6 months for the crop to mature. So they bloom the 1st of March, or 1st of spring, which is about March 20th, and they're ready by September 20th. And we harvest pretty much strong in October. Date harvest is going on right now. The gentleman ascends the ladder, and he'll give the bunch a shake, and the dates will fall down into the bottom of the bag that's around the dates. In fact, that bag is there to keep the birds and insects and a little bit of the rain off. So it's a protective. So since it keeps insects away so well, we do not have to spray any pesticides on our fruit. All of our dates are grown pesticide-free. That bag is our pest protection. So he'll shake the tree, shake the bunch, and the fruit will drop to the bottom of the bag, and he'll open the bag into that round netted ring, and he's able to lower the fruit and bring it over and pour it into a tray. And then the other people will do a minor sorting job on the dates, taking out dry dates that did not develop, and any super soft dates will set them aside and set them into another box so that they can continue to dry down, and then we'll take them into the shed a little bit later, 2 or 3 weeks later from now, and we'll clean it up a little bit and put it on the trailer, and it'll head over to the packer, and he'll do the final cleaning and washing and all of that stuff. Dates, the whole process is by hand. There are no machines that harvest dates. That's part of the reason why dates seem so expensive. It's all hand labor. There are no date picking machines. It's all by hand. Up in the tree, he'll shake the bag, bring it down, he'll put it in the tray, and all of our hands need to touch the fruit just a little bit, make a minor sorting, and then we'll put it in the box and send it on to the packer. All right. Dates are considered a superfood. A few years ago, there was this kick, people trying to find the superfoods or just packed with nutrition, and dates are one of those superfoods. If you had to, you could live on dates and water for months. And unfortunately, every now and then, some people have to. Thank goodness I have not had to. Dates are just loaded. The roots of a date palm literally mine the earth and pull minerals from their roots and deposit the minerals and vitamins into the fruit. And so a date is loaded with potassium, iron, zinc, calcium, magnesium. It's loaded with all this stuff, zinc, copper, all these different, the roots are literally pulling that stuff all the time, and it's deposited in that fruit. And so me as a farmer, I have to be mindful of that. Every time I sell a date, all of those items I just mentioned, potassium, zinc, iron, all of that stuff is leaving the farm. So I have to pay attention to all of those nutrients to make sure they stay in balance in the plant. And that's what farming is. That's farming. We have a tractor here. We run a 1976 John Deere 4430, about a 150 horsepower tractor. Yeah, it's a good tractor. But that tractor is about 50 years old. And when I was a teenager, I promised that I was going to get me a tractor like that. Well, at the time, in the 70s, that was state of the art. Fortunately, time has gone by, and honestly, when I was coming up, man, I was always looking for someone, a mentor, a guide, or someone that I could talk to about farming. And quite honestly, in the African American community, I never did find them. And now I've worked to such a place where I am the mentor now. That's why I'm at the forefront. I prepared. As James Brown said, I paid the cost to be the boss. I've been in this business my whole life. It's what I want to do in life. I love it.